I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. I want to thank Liv's family for having all of us here. I know the Brickman Saver clan can be rather large and daunting, but I think it's okay. I think you guys did a great job, and thank you for having us. My brother 4 years ago at my wedding said that a toast from reading from a piece of paper or some cards wouldn't be heartfelt or meaningful, and so I wrote mine down. As kids, Will and I did almost everything together. We shared a room for 13 years. We had bunk beds. We had a whole different. Probably had 10 different setups of bedroom as kids. Probably lost count of how many times. We grew up at St. Mark's. I went through first grade through 8th grade there. William pre-K 3 through 8th grade. We have a lot of memories there, and hopefully you two today had a start of a beautiful memory there at a church that we call home. It's a place that we've shared laughs and cries and tears and everything at that place. It's a beautiful place, and it's very dear to us. And I hope as you move forward that it holds a very special place for you as well. Sports have always been a big part of our lives. William and I, we played everything: basketball, football, hockey, golf, you name it. We have probably played it at some point. And I'd like to take time to thank our families, our mother, our father, our grandparents, all the people who spent time taking us to practices in the afternoon, taking us to sports games on the weekends, everything that they sacrificed for us. And you guys won't understand how much sacrifice that they have actually done for you and I, just Will alone, until you have your own children and you realize how much sacrifice you will do for them. So I'd like to toast to them. I really would. Toast to my mother, my father, my grandparents. Everyone that helped us get our dream, and we conquered that. We went out and did our dream, so toast to you. We love sports so much that even on rainy days, we invented our own sports. We played a lot of hockey as kids, and on rainy days when we couldn't go outside and play street hockey in the neighborhood, we invented our own floor hockey. And I know a lot of people won't understand this, but if you go to any hotel within 10 miles of an ice hockey rink or a roller rink in the state of Florida, there are rules about playing mini hockey in the hallways because they literally made it illegal. And I'm pretty sure that we invented it. It started out with a couple of socks that were balled up, and I would throw the ball across the room at William, who had pillows up on his legs. And it evolved into me cutting a hockey stick down to like a half size to a hacky sack with William with a goalie helmet on, blocker and gloves. I mean, I was standing 30 feet across the kitchen, firing this hacky sack across the room, and he's just blocking left and right. And I mean, we did everything. I mean, this was crazy. And my mom is now, look at my mom right now. This is her face. She knows what's coming. So we had these pictures on the wall in our living room, and it was 3 pictures. It was my sister Margot, myself, and William. And every year when we did our school photos, we knew we were screwed because there was no glass in the frames. They had broken months before, and as soon as the picture came in our blue folder, we were like, Mom's gonna kill us because there's no glass in these picture frames, and she's gonna change our school photo and find out, and we are done. We are so screwed. We broke couches, windows, blinds. We broke everything in the house. And again, I thank my parents for dealing with that. As kids, my sister, myself, and my brother, we all had our different personalities. William was the messy one. If you've ever seen Peanuts, Pigpen, Dust Cloud, we would be going to the roller hockey rinks, and for days on end on weekends. And my brother always wore these T-shirts, and it was always like a white T-shirt or some sort of T-shirt, but he always had this red or orange or blue mustache. from the Powerade Gatorade beverage that he was drinking, and the whole collar of his shirt was blue, red, or green, or orange, or whatever drink he was. And it was just a constant. That's what he looked like. He has a mustache now. That's what he looked like at age 8. She had to buy him school uniforms every year. Every year had to get new school uniforms. There was dirt. He used his school uniforms as a napkin. I mean, eating lunch, and he would just take it and wipe his face, and that was it. I think I went through middle school, my entire middle school, 6, 7, 8. I had the same uniform. William, new uniforms every year. William can be very, very spirited, and as a kid, he even got uninvited to kids' birthday parties because of how messy he was. And the one story that I come up with is that he was uninvited because he used to stick his hands and his face in the cake. So Liv, when you get up to cut the cake in a few, keep him at a distance. But he probably learned that from my grandfather. So if you get over there and there's a Brickman-sized finger hole in the back of your cake, it's that man over there. But William, there's a great thing about William being a brother and who he is. He's the loyal one, and he's the one with the good heart. Under all that gruff wildling manliness that he's got, there is a teddy bear. He does have a good heart and a good soul, and I think that's what makes him. He's also very stubborn. And that's what makes him a good friend and a good brother. Is he's never going to give up on you. He's never going to give up on what his ideals are. He will always be there for you when you need him. And I speak for myself and my sister and my cousin Ashley that we love you. We love you, William. Just a couple marriage advice tips. I'm a seasoned vet. Marriage is a vocation. Marriage is a job. And it takes hard work. And the good thing for William in this job is he knows who his boss is. But there is a lot of truth in the old adage that says, choose a job you love and you will never work a day in your life. Nothing is more fun than waking up every day with your best friend and knowing that you're going to work. Because it's fun. Number 2, over time, fall in love with multiple people. What I mean by that is a successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. Throughout your marriage, you will both change. An hour from now, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you will change. William, you fell in love with Liv, the woman. Now you get to fall in love with her as Liv, the wife. And soon, the mother. And then the parent. And so on and so on. Liv, the same goes for you. Fall in love with Will, the husband. Will, the parent. Fall in love with all of those people that you each become, and you'll be happy. Third, learn to say I'm sorry. You will fight, you will disagree, and at some point you will, for one reason or another, hurt each other. In the Bible, the Apostle James writes, confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The hardest thing to do is to look into the eyes of the person you've hurt that you love so much and say that I'm sorry. Learn to forgive and to forget. Now I'd like to end with a short Irish toast. Everyone, if you could please raise your glasses. May there always be work for your hands to do. May your purse always have a coin or two. May the sun always shine warm on your window pane. May a rainbow be certain to follow each rain. May the hand of a friend always be near you. And may God fill your heart with gladness to cheer you. Sláinte.